All right, race fans. See race number 2 on tonight's schedule, technically. The Bandolero.
What do you mean technically? This is like race number 4.
Well, you know, first 2 are Wednesday night races.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. Yeah, it's Thursday. I'm Kevin. He's Sean. We're at Southern National Motorsports Park on SNMPark.tv, where we're going to do essentially the same thing that you just saw. We're just going to repeat it for you.
That's right.
But probably laps with different results. So 15 laps for your Bandoleros, 25 laps for your Legends, 35 laps for your late model stock cars. And don't forget to be right back here tomorrow. We're going twin 50s for the late models. Bandoleros go again. Legends go again. Except tomorrow night we add Chargers. 21 Chargers on Saturday here at Southern National. That was fun.
That was a good race.
And they had cars that had 9 laps in and then had to come down the backstretch pit road and get impounded for the pro late models to do their thing. A lot going on there, a lot going on here. It's Landon Burbage and Jay Hemingway, almost exactly the way that they started race number 1. That's how they're going to start race number 2. Hemingway to the outside, trying to work on the handling of that race car. Burbage, who led throughout in race number 1. He's got a little bit of a challenge from Hemingway down the back straightaway. Jay got a heck of a run off of turn 2, and Burbage moving up the racetrack, and that's going to be huge contact. Oh, no. What a huge crash.
Hard impact in turn 4 wall.
That's as scary as it gets. And I think that's Camden Truitt, as one of the hardest Bandolero wrecks you will ever see. As he slapped that outside wall, got pieces and parts flying all over the place. Red flag being displayed. Cars are stopped in turn number 3. Medical crew immediately over.
Make sure, so highlight, so right click that replay.
Right click this replay.
Yep, and do change audio.
Change audio.
Yep, go down to that line in deal.
Line in blue.
Yep. And also go to that spot, so go to the section I told you about to see, make sure it plays from beginning. So up to the left, there's 3 dots up there to the left, 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 up, left, down there, yeah, right there. Make sure where it says, is it unchecked that says remember playback position or whatever? Everyone's watching those. One of the years with the street
3 and 4, with Bryson Nichols getting a little bit loose up under Camden Truitt. We can tell you that both drivers are out of the race cars and being tended to by Southern National Motorsports Park, Wilson County EMS personnel. So far what we've heard is good news. As you see the folks starting to peel away what's left of Camden Truitt and Bryson Nichols' respective machines. This happened on the first lap of our second Bandolero feature here at Southern National Motorsports Park, and Truitt's car picked up and hauled away Bryson Nichols' number 80 machine. Bryson finished third in race number 1. That car is being pushed down the racetrack and peeled away from the scene. There's multiple cars involved, but what we've heard so far is everything is positive news from our medical personnel.
Definitely great news. It was that was a scary one to watch there, Kevin. But hey, hats off to our medical personnel for getting there so quick. They were there immediately.
So we're going to have a complete restart on the way, and our folks on SNMPark.tv taking a look at the replay, as this was the initial lap coming off of turn 2. Jay Hemingway on the outside of Lamondin Burbage had a great run, but keep your eye on the battle for third. That's Bryson Nichols in the black number 80, Camden Truitt in the T2, TJ Moon in the 9, and you see Nichols just got a little bit swirly there, and both cars shot up the racetrack, and then Truitt, left side tires up into the air. And that was it from there, which led us to a scary scene. And, Sean, that looked like Truitt's car when it hit the outside wall. It was almost like it just disintegrated.
It did just disintegrate. There was parts coming down the track. Like I said, very, very scary scene to watch there. So definitely thankful that both drivers are out of the cars. We're lining back up for a restart now. Will be a complete restart.
Yeah, so that doesn't count as the initial start of the race, because in order to do that, you have to complete one green flag lap. And the leader of the race, which was Landon Burbage, did not have the opportunity to do so. So Camden Truitt and presumably Bryson Nichols is going to be out of this race. And we'll reline up the remaining Bandoleros, and we do have more legend car racing coming. We've got more late model stock car racing coming your way. And I do believe, because this is a complete restart, they still do this double file, as opposed to every other restart in Bandolero racing where it is a single file restart. But what we know from the medical folks is that Camden and Bryson, from what we know, are going to be okay. And that's the best news that we could. That's the best news that we could give you, and what we have for you here at Southern National Motorsports Park on night number 3 of Speedweek, presented by Eggholm and all the equipment therein.
All right, looks like they're getting the one to go this time. Going to get the race order sorted out right now. So they're lining up.
So we are going one to go here. So with a complete restart, there are cars in the outside lane, and we'll try once again. Jim Bushy takes the hard left-hand turn in the Dodge Charger pace car. And we're off and running once again with Burbage and Hemingway the front row. And you got TJ Moon. Remember Delaney Gray? She chose And she's starting on the inside lane this time around. And up front, there's still a side-by-side battle on for the lead. But it looks like it's going to be Landon Burbage that takes the lead.
Burbage got that preferred lane right now. See if he can clear him away as they come off 2 here.
Still side-by-side for the lead. How rare this is to see. And Burbage slips up the racetrack, and everybody saved it this time. And how about TJ Moon now in the preferred groove on the bottom of the racetrack, Sean?
3 wide as they come down the front stretch. TJ Moon making it 3 wide.
But it's going to be Hemingway to the lead. Burbage will slot into second, and then it's going to be Moon, who had just a terrible corner in turns 1 and 2. Having to settle back into third, and here comes Delaney Gray on the attack as well.
Roll through for lap number 3. And Hemingway showing the way. Landon Burbage in that P2. TJ Moon still holding on that third right now.
Corbin Cannon in there as well. That's your winter national champion for beginners in Bandolero racing. Not an easy thing to do either. Still in a top 5 spot, but up front, we talked to Jay Hemingway when he finished second in Speedweek Victory Lane earlier on this evening, and we asked him, what can you do to make this car just a tick better? And whatever they did, the car is certainly more stable than it was in race number 1. And Sean, how about the ability to hang on the outside of the racetrack?
That was impressive. We talked about during race number 1, it seems like he just had like a chatter in the front end of the car. He was really having to fight it, but it's smooth right now, and it looks like he's trying to pull away from Burbage just a little.
Meanwhile, 3rd, 4th, and 5th, Delaney Gray takes the spot over TJ Moon. She had an eventful race number 1. They seem to really settle down here in race number 2. But up front, it's all about Jay Hemingway right now. And he just continues to get better and better, which is what Bandolero racing is all about. And you had a feeling that Landon Burbage was probably going to be pretty good, right? Comes from some really good stock here racing in eastern North Carolina.
That's right.
And halfway
at a racetrack for sure.
Right. The one not too far from here. One that we all miss, especially the uniqueness thereof, in the form of Robertsonville, USA's East Carolina Motor Speedway, which will probably be the next project of one Steve Zacharias. Stay tuned.
Head shaking going over here.
Yeah, he's to our left. He's set up all of our broadcast equipment today, gave you all these great camera angles for you to be able to watch at home at snmpark.tv. Jay Hemingway, just like Landon Burbage did in race number 1, he is pulling away from the field in race number 2, and the draft was a big factor, Sean, in the first race. It's kind of every man and woman, or in this case, boy and girl for himself here in race number 2.
It is. Hemingway is pulling away from Burbage, but look at the front 2 cars, how they pulled away from that 3rd place car of Delaney Gray. Maybe 4th, 5th, and 6th. They may have a little draft going there, but everybody else kind of in their own zip code here. Which, this is a race car driver is the time of the race that you like. Because you get a little bit of a rhythm going, and you don't have to start and stop and start and stop until there's some type of incident, and you hope you're not the incident. But you kind of get a little bit of a rhythm going, and it's fun. Like, as a race fan, it's not necessarily the funnest thing to watch, but as a race car driver, if you have a good handling race car, you're in high heaven. If you have an ill handling race car, you're kind of helpless because there's just about nothing you can do to fix it. Well, I'm 100% confident Jay Hemingway's having fun right now.
I think you're right. As he sees the 2 laps to go, 2 popsicle sticks in the air from Brandon Willard, the flagman here at Southern National Motorsports Park, does the ZMAX Cars Tour, as well as South Austin Speedway. He's a busy young man, and he's got the white flag in his left hand at the moment for Jay Hemingway in the Carolina blue and white number 12 machine, who has really settled down here. And he is on his way to picking up a win at Southern National Motorsports Park, Jay Hemingway, Landon Burbage, Delaney Gray will be your top three. Then Corbin Cannon in fourth. TJ Moon rallied for a top 5 spot. And that's how we'll wrap up the Bandolero racing for this evening here at Southern National Motorsports Park with the number 12 machine going to victory lane. Jay Hemingway, Landon Burbage will be there for the second time, this time in second place. And Delaney Gray, who did a wonderful job recovering from race number 1, had the whole bumper bar ripped off of that machine in the first race. Got it pieced back together and ready to go for race number 2. She did a wonderful job to find her way into a podium spot. No reverse in these cars. They back Jay Hemingway's car back into victory lane where it's supposed to be. Get some big time congratulations from his folks down there as Jay Hemingway celebrating climbing out of the race car in Speedweek victory lane. We will send it down to Sean Lamb.